You are listening to episode 3 of the Cast of Champions on the Bold Castify Radio Network, live from the Pinglehead Brewing Studios, the best wrestling show in the 904. Welcome to Cast of Champions, best wrestling show in the 904. This is Markipedia. How y'all doing?
This is Slacking Cracking Robert.
We got a pretty good show for y'all today. Discussing a little Lucha Underground, a little NXT Cruiserweight Challenge, a little Cruiserweight Classic, and we're doing also a little bit of the draft. But first, we'll start off with a little Lucha Underground. So, have any of y'all been watching Ultima Lucha Dos? I hope you have. First match we had this week was the Trios Championship, where you had the Trios champions, Johnny Mundo, PJ Black, and Jack Evans. Johnny Mundo, better known to you guys that watch WWE as John Morrison. PJ Black, better known as Justin Gabriel, to those of you who watch WWE as well. Of course, in this case, the Luchadors, Drago, Aerostar, and Phoenix, went over Johnny Mundo, PJ Black, and Jack Evans.
Smart move. You got the faces going over, and they're insane in the ring.
Hey, I've always liked Lucha Libre personally. Also had Dragon Azteca Jr. go over Black Lotus via DQ.
Yep, that's not a bad move there.
And then a surprise one here, Matanza going over Pentagon Jr. Of course, Matanza had Mr. Cueto at his ringside.
Yeah, I think Matanza's a good monster. He can really work the ring. It's just, I hate what they're doing to Pentagon right now. He's one of my favorites right now, and it feels like they're starting to bury him.
Yeah, a lot of people like Pentagon Jr., man. I mean, the week before, you had them basically daggum near Barry, Son of Havoc.
Yeah, M-Dog, Matt 20.
Yep, M-Dog, Matt Cross. Yes, sir. But, yeah, that is your Lucha Underground update for this week. Of course, you got the Ultimate Luchadors.
Oh, yeah.
And
Great show.
Which means that Matanza is still your Lucha Underground champion.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to segue this into a little bit of great action that's been going on the WWE Network, which you can get for $9.99.
All right, Michael Cole.
The Cruiserweight Classic. Good Lord. Those 2 weeks of the Cruiserweight Classic have been amazing, man.
I try to tell you, man, with that roster they have on there, with Lince Dorado, you have Johnny Gargano, which a lot of people know who
Gargano
he is.
is pretty awesome.
I remember him when he started, not technically started, but I saw him on his first show at Dragon Gate USA, and he was just an announcer. He just got to lead into the matches, and he started there, became the champion, and he has been skyrocketing from there.
He's Johnny Wrestling, man. Johnny Wrestling.
Yep, all day.
Yep. All right,
He's the whole shebang in the cat's pajamas for anyone who's been watching him for a while.
Well, let's get into some of the matches here. The first week had 4 matches. Grand Metalik over Alejandro Saiz. Of course, Grand Metalik beating with the Michinoku driver. Grand Metalik, a CMLL guy in New Japan. And he's multi-generational luchador. And then Alejandro Saiz is a guy from Chile. Now, I didn't really know much about him before this, but apparently he's trained in the Pro Wrestling Noah dojo in Japan and also was a student of Super Crazy.
So you know he's had it rough.
Let's just put it this way. The guy did a shooting star press off the apron.
Oh, yeah.
Impressive.
Sick.
He impressed me.
Stuff.
Second match, Ho-Ho Loon over Arya Daivari. Now, if the name Daivari sounds familiar, his older brother was the same Daivari that used to hang out with the great Khali back in the day.
But with better wrestling ability, he can draw, actually.
Yeah, Arya Daivari impressed me more than Ho-Ho Loon did. Ho-Ho Loon, of course, from New Japan.
Yeah.
One with the bridging German.
Oh, yeah.
I still thought if I were booking it, I'd have put Arya Daivari over Ho-Ho Loon the way they performed.
Yeah.
I thought Arya Daivari played the cocky heel perfectly.
Of course, but I think the best, I know we're going to touch on this match in a minute, but the best bridging German in the business right now is Tozawa. It shouldn't have went with that move.
Yeah, well, he went with the bridging German in the first week. the next one, Cedric Alexander from Ring of Honor over Clement Patou. Now, Clement Patou actually was impressive. Patou, a Frenchman that actually made enough money to travel to Canada to train under Lance Storm. He's a Lance Storm student.
You think he could be the next great Mountie?
Maybe, I don't know. But Cedric Alexander going over with a pretty impressive finishing move if you haven't seen the lumbar check. It's like a backdrop into a backcracker.
Oh, yeah, it's a sweet move, and he's actually a great heel. If you ever want to look at his stuff, he's done a lot of good stuff with PWG. Had a great run of Ring of Honor recently as a heel. Really good stuff. He's really underrated, and I heard he actually picked up a contract.
Hey, he earned it, and so did Grand Metalik.
Of course, they both did. I mean, I really hope with this Cruiserweight coming to Raw, they actually do it right and really get it done.
Another guy that got confirmed on a contract, from what I heard, Kota Ibushi, going over on Sean Maluda.
Yeah.
Now, Ibushi, of course, out of the New Japan dojos, beat Maluda with the last ride. Now, if Sean Maluda isn't a familiar... Now, he wasn't a very familiar name to me when I first started, when I was watching it, but come to find out, when somebody references Uncle Alpha in his interview... Yeah, I'd say you know exactly who he is.
Yeah, he's going to get the Reigns treatment, but he looks like he's going to be 10 times better. And since we're talking about
more like one of the Usos, than Reigns.
Well, I'm just saying, same family bloodline.
The guy did a jumping code breaker.
Yeah, I saw that, and there's actually
but he
a lot of videos
one. He botched one bad, though. I thought he botched like a tope in there.
Yeah.
He kind of botched a tope, and Ibushi thankfully sold it.
Yeah, that's what it is about wrestling. You know, you make sure you sell it, and you make sure the guy in there is safe. But since we're talking about contracts, Johnny Gargano actually picked up a full-time contract. He was on a part-time with NXT, but he just picked up a full contract as well. Congrats to him. I'm hoping Ciampa gets one too.
Yeah, but the thing about Ibushi, I did think he oversold a little bit sometimes in the match.
That's the Japanese style. I mean, you really you got to sell it. Yeah. You got to sell, and he's going to have to find that middle ground with the contract he now has, because he's going to have to more go with the quote-unquote WWE style, which has changed a lot over the last couple of years.
But it's still, Vince still runs the show, so.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah.
I mean, he still runs creative, but Triple H has a lot of clout. And, he has a mind to wrestling. He really is living up to the name Cerebral Assassin.
Yeah, Triple H is actually a very smart guy when it comes to the business. Now, the second week of
you seen his wife? It got him in the door.
Yeah.
Well, more than one door, but that's a whole other podcast.
Yeah. The second round of matches, you had Tajiri over Damian Slater. Now, Damian Slater, an Australian.
Yes.
And Tajiri, of course, everybody knows who Yoshi Tajiri is if you've watched, ECW, WWE over the years.
Oh, yeah. It's smart moves. You got to have the veteran go over.
Went over with a buzzsaw kick.
Of course.
That great buzzsaw kick.
Sick move.
The tarantula.
Golden memories.
And then the next match, now, TJ Perkins, better known to most people in America in the mainstream wrestling community as Suicide or Manic from TNA.
Unfortunately, if you know him by that name, then go to YouTube, look up him in just the 3 letters, PWG. You will thank me.
You will thank the Kraken.
Yes.
But, yes, TJ Perkins, a.k.a. Manic, going over the German wrestler Damac. Now, Damac, I wasn't really familiar with him before this, but apparently he's a student of Claudio Castagnoli.
Yes, also known as
Cesaro to the WWE.
Him and Matt Quackenbush ran a wrestling school
Mike
with Chris Hero.
Quackenbush and Chris Hero, better known to the WWE audience as Cassius Ohno.
He picked that name, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I don't know, but Wrestle Factory still going strong. Chikara Pro, another great. That's more family friendly, but they have some awesome wrestling.
But Perkins going over with the knee bar on Damac.
Yeah, he has some sick submissions.
Yeah, he did do a lot of submission, but that was not one of my favorite matches, I'll admit it.
Yeah, I mean...
Him and Damac didn't seem to work
No, they
well
don't
together.
click. It's 2 different styles. He's more of a... I mean, he can do with a hard hitter.
Yeah,
like
but
Davey
Damac
Richards.
was more of a hard hitter, basically.
Yeah.
That was what he was. And then the next match, now this is so far the best match. This is the match I've been the most impressed with. Lince Dorado from, of course, the Wrestle Factory.
Yes. Trained by Claudio
Castagnoli, Chris Hero, Mike Quackenbush. Goes over Mustafa Ali, a Pakistani wrestler that was one of the Sheik students.
Oh, yes.
With a shooting star press, but Mustafa Ali, good lord, in the middle of the match, does a Spanish fly off the top rope.
Yep.
And then how he lost was he went for an inverted 450.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since Austin Aries TNA. Last time I seen someone do that on TV.
Neville.
That's
in
right.
NXT.
Neville did do that. He did.
The backwards 450.
Yep.
And he didn't botch it. But he whiffed. He didn't botch it.
Yep.
And during the match, Lince Dorado actually did a backwards Hurricane Rana.
Oh, yeah.
And it almost looked like a Hurricane Rana pile driver.
Oh, yeah, that's big on the indies. I'm actually happy they brought that to the mainstream because it is sick.
It was an amazing match.
I think Callisto might have did it a couple times.
He's done it a couple times, yeah. But that match was the best one so far.
Oh, yeah, I try to tell you, Lindsay's nothing to play with.
Lince and
he has 9 lives, most
and
definitely.
they clicked.
Oh, yeah.
Those two clicked. Those two went
yeah.
together. Those two and Alexander and Patu, I thought, was the best one of the first week. And then the last match of that one, the Dragon Gate, the amazing Akira Tozawa from Dragon Gate.
Yep. Also from PWG. He did a lot of time there when he first came to America.
I know they were mentioning a lot of Dragon Gate during the match.
Yeah.
And then defeated Kenneth Johnson. Now Kenneth Johnson was an unknown going into this, but he was a Curtis Hughes and Sho Funaki student.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And they actually clicked pretty well. You know, a Japanese wrestler with a guy trained by a Japanese wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Tozawa's insane. I've enjoyed him. He's even really good on the mic. Of course, his accent's a little thick, but he is really good on the mic. He's good at strong style. His bridging German, it's just sick.
And they clicked very well. They were both just punching and.
Well, he's good at lucha. He's good at strong style. He's good at technical. Akira can really. He's really well rounded. And his tour in America with PWG brought him that new style, that new feel, so he can really work any audience like Nakamura can. So I think if he does get the contract or gets a chance with Nakamura on, America TV, I think it would be epic.
It was just a good Kurowasu match.
Oh, yeah.
The match before it, the Dorado Ali match, was basically a good, almost lucha style.
Lucha technical, yeah.
Which, if you know anything about me, I like Lucha Libre and Kurowasu.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my two favorite
Those are two of my favorite. I mean, I'm still going to be old school. I miss the old days with the Four Horsemen. I'm still an old school guy to a point, but I'm a big lucha, strong style fan myself.
Yeah. Now, I can't wait for more of those. I can't wait to see more of those. And also another contract. Last I heard, I think Bobby Roode got a contract recently.
He did. He was just on the. He was just on NXT Live. He has a contract now. So you have Eric Young, AJ Styles, Bobby Roode.
They're signing all of TNA away.
All their great talents, and it's really just because TNA is not paying the money they should be. They owe these people money, and they're having to walk away. And WWE's more than happy to take their best talent.
Yeah, I know. But also, the thing is, with that whole deal, I don't understand why they're making some of them go to NXT, like, say, a Bobby Roode.
It's perfect sense. They need, just because they did it in TNA and they did other places, they need to prove that they can work with this audience. TNA is a different audience because there's not as many kids as there is with WWE. So you need to be able to work to an extent where you still pull in the kid, but you can still affect the adult. So you need to prove you can do it there, and then move to the main roster. And NXT is not just a proving ground anymore. It's its own brand.
And speaking of the main roster,
Finn
we got a little
Balor.
drafty.
Yep, we got
a little
Finn
drafty. Some. Let's see, the Raw roster. Got Seth Rollins, Charlotte, Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, The New Day, Sami Zayn, a.k.a. El Generico, the generic luchador.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go to SmackDown. I figured they're going to keep Kevin Owens on Raw.
Yeah.
But they both went.
Sasha Banks.
Awesome.
Chris Jericho. Meh.
Chris Jericho deserves to be on Raw. He's a top talent. He can really mold people and bring storylines together. No one else can. I mean, if you remember WCW, he walked around with a fat, toothless dude with a camera and was gold. And just because they wouldn't do anything with him on TV. The man has a creative mind, and they need that on Raw.
The problem is he's also 44, 45 years old.
I don't care if he was 80.
And only wrestles for about 5 months of the year.
And what does Brock Lesnar do besides fail drug tests?
Well, yeah. I don't think Lesnar should have been drafted either, so you and I both agree on that. Kevin Owens, Enzo, and Cass.
I'm surprised they weren't split, but I think it's a smart move because Cass isn't ready to be on his own.
But Cass doesn't really need Enzo anymore.
He does, though. He sucks on the mic.
Rusev with Lana, who I think is one of the underrated talents they have.
That's just because you like Lana.
I like Rusev, too.
If he went with the smarter...
Lana is gorgeous, thank you.
If they went with the smarter Russian instead of just the brute who yells and screams, I think his character would get over. Yeah. Right now, he's kind of like the scary polar bear going after a fish.
The funny thing is, he actually does have decent mic skills.
He does, but they do not portray it whatsoever. He yells. I mean, I remember NXT used to have a board with the guy's name. And,
sorry, we just saw a picture of Trump.
Break a board over his knee with the guy's name. That's how he started. Yeah. And he really has not changed the character at all.
Also, then you have the other two members of the club.
Yep.
Gallows and Anderson. The
Smart move. I'm actually happy they split it. Just because Anderson and Gallows, they can be a strong heel team. But with AJ Styles, they're trying to find a dynamic that works for a trio, and they can't find it right now. So it's good to split them up. Have AJ prove what he can do singles. Build them as a monster heel team. Nakamura needs to join the club on Raw to give them that more feel of, national feel, because not everybody knows them and what they've done overseas.
Yeah.
And Finn Balor needs to be a face going against the club, even though those are his buddies. It's smart money.
And then you got the Big Slow.
I don't know why he was actually shown as drafted on TV. He's a good enhancement talent at stage in his career, but it makes me fear they're going to give him another run. Not with a title, but make him a monster again. And it's
then
just
you got basically the woman version of the Big Show, Nia Jax.
Oh yeah, Nia Jax, the woman who can't wrestle, but she can sit on you just fine.
But she's related to the Anoa'i. She's
The Rock's cousin's uncle's sister or something.
The Rock's cousin. And then Neville.
Yep, Neville just returned on a house show. I'm actually happy they actually built him as a great addition. It's nice to see him put some faith back in the man that gravity forgot. Cesaro had a great interview. I'm thinking it's just a shoot.
Cesaro.
I think he just did a shoot to really prove that he can be a strong face, and he's still going to fight against the Machine if they're going to continue with that storyline, which I hope they don't. I hate the Machine storyline.
Then the ones that weren't televised, Titus O'Neil, Paige. We're going to make Darren Young great again. Sorry, I had to do it.
I like it. I think it's more of a Jim Duggan feel, kind of good 80s. I hated the Visionettes. I'm not going to deny it. But watching him, if he can get the chicken wing down so it doesn't seem so horribly attached, I think it's going to be strong for him. I think he can actually build to a U.S. title reign.
Well, they're trying to push him to the Intercontinental. Now,
I think it really should be U.S. since they're saying make Darren great again. They're playing off Trump and all that good stuff.
And then Sin Cara, who just beat Simon Gotch's ass backstage.
He did Sheamus a couple years ago, according to Conan on another podcast.
Let's see. Jack Swagger, the real American.
I'm surprised that man still has a job. He's like the poor man's Kurt Angle.
Yeah, and then, he actually is a legit wrestler, and he was a former Oklahoma football player.
Yeah, but he talks with a lisp, and no one wants to see him in the ring.
Yeah. And then the Dudley Boys, enhancement talent now.
Well,
I love the Dudleys. Yeah. I love Bubba Ray Dudley. He's a good talent.
I was mad they didn't split him because Bubba deserves a single run. What he did in TNA alone.
On the Aces and Eights storyline and all that stuff.
Sets him apart from everyone else. He went from Jeff Jarrett's little buddy to a monster in just a few months.
Yeah, because he's actually a good heel.
Yeah, Heyman trained the man great with having a wrestling mind. He's proved it, and they need to give him a chance.
He was one of the core guys in BCW.
He was. He did the hotline with Tommy Dreamer when he called in for a while. He got T-shirts and sold them on the streets. People don't realize this thing that this man has been through.
Now let's see. Former lingerie football player Summer Rae.
Still a better wrestler than Eva Marie.
Mark Henry, Braun Strowman.
Last year, most likely, for Mark Henry.
Yeah, he's on the retirement tour. Braun Strowman.
Yep, Rowan on Raw without Bray Wyatt. Smart move because Wyatt deserves a single run.
Well, Rowan is on SmackDown, but
Rowan
Strowman,
is? Oh, I didn't realize that.
This is just Strowman.
Okay, wow.
And then Bo Dallas, all you have to do is Bo Lee.
Just think of, Wyatt without a beard. You got Bo.
And about 30 pounds light, 30, 40 pounds lighter.
Yeah, well, that's just without the beard, I thought.
And with worse mic skills.
Well, yeah.
Even
though his rap was pretty good. Beat Flow Rider by a mile.
Yeah, Bo Rida. Bo Rida for president.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
The Shining Stars, better known as Carlos Colon's son and nephew.
Yeah, or the
Puerto Rican jobbers.
Axel, where did he go? I don't remember seeing Curtis Axel.
I'm about to get to him, actually. Curtis Axel. The Axeman, third generation.
He deserves a big push.
Yeah,
he really
can
does.
actually work. That's who they have Lesnar and The Rock get their ring rust off of in house shows and all that.
Yeah, I mean, he can work. He has good mic skills. I just don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know if there's still some heat with the dad.
He's Mr. Perfect's son, and he's Larry the Axe Cynic, both of them former AWA world champions.
I mean, he has the lineage to really get a push. I mean,
and then Alicia Fox and Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke is really surprising me with how much she's botching. She's so much.
She
was
can't
so much
wrestle,
more.
but she can talk.
But she's not even given that option, though, and it's really hurting her.
I mean, she's good to look at, to me.
Yeah, but I mean, she's really good on the mic, and she can perform in the ring to an extent, but she botches so much.
Yeah. And now the SmackDown roster.
Oh, yeah.
Dean Ambrose, the world champion.
I think it's smart money. He's a good face. I know he's a PG Pillman, as we like to say.
Yeah, but to me, he's just an upper mid-card guy. I don't know why you put the title on an upper
Until they
mid-card
let
guy.
him be him, that's what he's going to be.
AJ Styles.
Awesome move.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
He's going to have a good singles run. I can feel it.
The aging face that runs the place, John Cena.
I mean,
I respect John Cena at least. I know I like to boo him, but I respect him. And he had a point with Enzo the other night. I actually liked how he basically put down Enzo.
Yeah.
Because Enzo was like, things that come in threes, and they said the Wu-Tang Clan. It's like, John Cena's like, there were like 20 of them.
Yeah, he's getting good at his comedian stuff, and I do respect the man. The only matches I've ever enjoyed is the only, to me, wrestler he's ever clicked, which was CM Punk.
Yeah, and
their matches were legendary.
The problem with John Cena is I think they need to start letting him put people over.
Well,
that's the biggest problem. And the guy that should have had him put over...
He put over AJ Styles?
But he didn't put over a couple of guys years ago. And one that I have a problem with him not putting over is Two Pigs Down. Yes. Randy Orton, which is just an old aging heel, and should probably retire. Please
he hasn't been good since the Evolve. Since Evolution was the last time he was relevant, honestly.
And the next one is my favorite wrestler, and the guy I think is the highest ceiling of anybody on either roster, Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, if he can stay healthy, he is injury prone.
But the problem is that guy has mic skills for days.
Yeah.
And the problem is they should have given him the God push 2 years ago when he was against Cena. He got over, and they should have pushed him to beat Cena.
Well, we've talked about this off air, and I'm going to touch on it briefly. When you have Monster Heat, it's like Undertaker. He's never had to have the title all the time, but everyone knows him, everyone loves him, everyone respects him. When he talks, everyone listens.
But the
Bray is on that same level to an extent. With this SmackDown run, he has a chance to get the title run that you so desperately want and that he does deserve.
But the difference is, The Undertaker went over Hogan for a title run, for his first title run. They needed to let Wyatt go over Cena. They should have did what they did with The Undertaker. Within the first year, The Undertaker was world champion.
No, they shouldn't have. And they proved that with where he is now. He was gone for how long, came back?
2 months.
2 months.
And what he came back to the biggest pop in the building.
Okay, so what if he
bigger than the New Day, bigger
than
So say
he went over John
Rollins.
Cena. That means John Cena's going to have to come back and going to have to destroy him at some point because that's just how it is, right?
I don't like the 50-50 booking, but the 50-50 booking hurts Wyatt, period.
So that's why he went over in a dirty way because he pinned him against stuff and had him down for the 10 count. John Cena went over dirty, which kept Bray Wyatt still as a heel and a strong heel because it took that for John Cena to win. He scraped by. It was smart booking, and I know you don't like it.
People are also saying over the internet Cena buried him.
If they buried him, then he wouldn't be in the position he is now as a monster heel. Look to the future, see what's going on. You're going to be happy with what you see.
Well, she should have a world title in the next year if they book him
I say
correctly.
2 years, but you're going to see. We're going to wait and see.
All right,
Let's,
next pick, Becky Lynch. I love Becky Lynch.
She grew on me in NXT. I hated her when she started, but when they had the triple threat with Bayley, Sasha, and
Becky,
Lynch,
she
skyrocketed for me.
She was trained by Fergal Devitt.
Yep, it
AKA
shows in her
Finn
work.
Balor.
Shows in her work.
And plus, she's actually pretty damn good to look at.
Well,
To me.
I think he would even. I think you might even like a little Awesome Kong, sir.
I don't like the look at Awesome Kong, but I like her work. She wrestles well.
So who's after Miss Lynch here?
The Miz with Maurice. Good pick, surprisingly.
I
I
loved
may not
what they
be a
did.
fan of The Miz, but hey.
What I loved storyline-wise what they did, they took the time to state he went to lawyers and made sure that she was going to any show he went to. I think it's smart because someone's going to come up with, well, why wasn't she drafted? She's not a current wrestler.
Yeah.
She's a valet to the extent she is. And I think it's smart to take the time as it shows that he has value, she has value, to take the time to explain why she's not in the draft.
The Miz is basically a crappy version of Rick Rude. That's what he is.
It's a good point. He, to an extent, is
a crappy version of Rick Rude.
WCW Rick Rude to the end of the NWO. He had that feel as he wasn't wrestling, and he never really found his footing in the end of that.
Yeah.
But I would never put him level with Rick Rude because
that's why I said
he's
a
a
crappy.
god.
That's why I said a crappy version.
I wouldn't even put him level even crappy because he was a god on the mic
Yes,
and a
Rick
god
Rude.
in the ring. Most of the time, there's a couple
And the ladies
matches
love
that were
Rick
bad.
Rude. That's why I give the Miz that, because the ladies do like the Miz.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and continue.
The 911 of WWE, Baron Corbin.
Well, he wrestles about as good, so I guess I can see that. I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. He has no mic skills. He has a finisher.
He has the brutish. He has that brutish look. That's what
he
gets
is
him.
balding, but they won't let him cut his hair. And he has a finisher. He cannot work in the ring. He has no mic
Did
skills.
Apollo Crews go to SmackDown?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Apollo Crews.
Uhaa Nation.
Yeah,
Watch Dragon Gate USA.
Sessa Uhaa, a.k.a. Uhaa Nation. That was the first time I saw him was at an NXT house show, and they introduced him as Uhaa Nation.
Awesome.
I saw this guy at 240, 250 pounds do a standing moonsault.
Oh, yeah, he's awesome. I love his finisher now. They moved
And a
away
standing shooting star.
Oh, yeah. He's insanely agile.
The problem with him is his mic skills are horrible.
They're going to grow. Give him time. I think
He
Heyman
is- he
should
is-
pick him up if
he
he
is
does
like-
get his contract.
He is like the third youngest guy on the roster.
Well, he even said,
Tyler Breeze and
he
Bo
doesn't
Dallas.
expect anywhere. He's already saying he might not work out this time. He's going to learn. He's going to come back if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
He knows him this year. He's a smart man.
Yes.
But if they get someone like Heyman, if Heyman
Very
does
well educated
pick up
man.
another contract, as I know his contract just expired, Heyman
That's
could
a guy
really
that-
mold him.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
it.
it's smart because
The
I think
only
Heyman needs to get behind
mistake
the
I've
face.
seen them put Heyman with was Curtis Axel. That's the only mistake.
Well, that's because they wouldn't listen to what needed to be done. They let him build a name, and then they would not let him produce them the way they wanted, so they dropped it. But he kept the name.
Next one. This is an NXT team. American Alpha.
Awesome. You have the illegitimate child of Kurt Angle,
More like
And
Shelton
you have-
Benjamin, but
Gable, who's awesome on the mic. And I don't care what people say if it's supposed to be a cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He's great in the ring. He's great technically. They are awesome together. They are going to light SmackDown up.
you get basically Shelton Benjamin.
He is not Shelton Benjamin. How many times I got to tell you? He is the illegitimate child of Kurt Angle.
Trying to think of a comparison for Gable.
Gable,
Like a smaller guy that could talk.
his ring really he reminds me of El Generico, honestly, with his technical ability.
Except he's way better technically than.
I know that. Just the way he performs in the ring, he knows how to play to the crowd. I don't really know anyone recently that really measures up to Gable in that way.
And next guy, the Show Off.
Dolph Ziggler, I really hope he gets a chance. He hasn't had a chance since he was with Big E and AJ.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last time he got a push, and he was champion. Then,
Well,
Jack
Dolph
Swagger
Ziggler-
killed that.
Dolph
with the kick to the head.
Ziggler is on his third chance, though, too. You gotta
But
remember,
it's not his fault. He's a good worker.
He was Chavo Guerrero's puto
Yeah.
with the golf Kerwin White.
Well,
The
if you want to go
short-lived
back to
Kerwin
Spirit
White.
Squad is when he started.
Well, the Kerwin White gimmick, he was his caddy. He was
Spirit Squad was before that, I'm pretty sure.
no, Kerwin White was first.
Really?
05 when
That's
Chavo
right.
was. Chavo, it was short-lived because Chavo reverted back to his regular gimmick when Eddie died.
Yeah.
It was right before Eddie died.
And then you had Mysterio win the title.
Yeah.
not long
And then he was Nikki from the Spirit Squad,
after. God, I hate that.
which was supposed to put over Kenny Dykstra, but Dykstra's career got ended by, of course, John Cena messing with his old lady.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter. Dykstra did some good stuff on the Indies, but he just never really produced for me.
He lost the passion for the business and went back to school with the money here.
Well, he was in Ring of Honor not too long ago.
He went back to school, I thought, last I heard.
I know the last couple of years, I'm pretty sure he was in Ring of Honor, if I'm not mistaken. But let's go ahead and continue.
Natalia,
I don't know where they're going with her.
the only female graduate of the Heart Dungeon.
That's just because her daddy was a horror special. But let's go
All right.
ahead and
Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Reyes, yeah,
Alberto El Patron.
I think he's on the tail end of his career.
Yeah, Dos Caras Jr.
Exactly. I mean, Blue Demon Jr. Yeah, exactly.
Blue Demon Jr.
So let's go ahead and go next.
The Usos, who would be in Ring of Honor if their last name wasn't Fatu.
I think they need to build them as a heel. I think it's the only thing that's going to save their career at this point.
Kane,
Kane, I think he's
run.
retirement. I think he's good enhancement talent. Great mind for the business. He was one of my favorites in the Attitude Era. Always will be.
Kalisto.
Samurai Del Sol, one of my favorites on the Indies. I really hope they give him a chance to be himself and not give him so much crap. He's so much more than what they're giving him.
Naomi.
I think she's really good if they give her a chance. I know she got hurt. She's coming back. I really think she'd be good on the women's division.
Good Lord, her bootay.
Oh, yeah, that's her finisher, isn't it?
Zack Ryder.
They're pushing him to be a really big face, and he has the ability, he has the look, and he can really build the mic skills, but are they going to have the faith in him to do it?
Because they're bringing also Mr. Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, he's going to be an enhancement within a week. So I'm not
Hype
really
Bros.
They're not doing that. I hope God.
The Hype Bros. Basically the bromans from TNA on steroids.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
Yeah. Alexa
next?
Bliss.
I loved her mic skills.
Oh my.
If she can grow her wrestling ability, the look she has, she will be great on SmackDown. She just
gorgeous.
She really
man.
just needs to get her ring rust away. I mean,
She's
there's
gorgeous.
She is, but
Wow.
her mic skills, and if she can get attached to a great tag team, she can really build them too.
Yeah.
She's proved that already.
Brizongo. Tyler Breeze and Fondamas.
Oh, wow. Let's not even touch on them because no one cares. Continue.
The Golden Truth.
That's their final run. Let's go next.
Yeah, the retirement run of R-Truth and Goldust. And their stupid theme song and Goldust dancing around like a retard.
Yeah, remix. Let's continue.
Eva Marie. The hottest woman that can't wrestle.
They think she has heat, but she just sucks.
People hate her.
Yeah.
People like to look at her, but they hate her.
Yeah, but they think it's legit hate, so now she's on SmackDown.
The Vaudevillains.
I like
Jobbers.
them. I think they have the ability. I mean, if a man with a bald spot can get Eddie Guerrero's daughter to marry him, give them a title run. Come on. They deserve it just because of that. And I think they're great. They're great on the mic. They have a unique ring skill set. They can build them to be something special.
The problem is they came in and they didn't get over. They didn't get over very well with
Well,
this
that's
audience.
because they're going to the main show against people that are already known, and they never really got a chance to build themselves. SmackDown, they have that chance.
Eric Rowan. from the Wyatt family.
Last time they split, he faltered. They tried to make him some quiet genius, but it didn't work. I really think he's
stalking Renee Young. Yes.
Yeah, it was no good.
My take is, I'm wondering if they're just waiting for Harper to get back, and they're going to re-put together the original Wyatt.
I think that's what they're waiting on. Either they're going to do that, or they're going to have Harper against Wyatt.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lean towards that.
Well, if Harper goes against Wyatt, Wyatt's going to go over.
He is, but it's going to be a great series of matches.
And then, finally, the Queen, the Princess of Staten Island. And
Carmella.
Yep, bada bing, hottest chick in the ring, yes.
Yeah, well,
meh.
I mean, she has the ability.
The only thing she has going for her right now is she's dating Big Cass.
Oh, that makes sense, unfortunately.
Well,
but that's the draft, not including, but we do have Corey Graves taking over for Raw.
Thank God.
Yep, and we have Jerry the King Lawler and Booker T doing pre-shows.
Yes.
So that's one of the biggest things. I'm a big Corey Graves fan just because he's funny.
And
he
Lawler's
knows how to get under
his
people's
days.
skins. I hate the fact he had to retire from wrestling, but he's really found his calling.
The Lucky 13 hold was amazing.
Yeah.
And, by the way, King's past his days. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's no
he's
more
a legend,
puppies for
but
him.
he's past. Yeah, no more puppies. And I'm sorry, guys, but there's also no more time left. But we thank you for tuning in to Cast of Champions on the Bold Castify Radio Network. This is Markpedia, signing off.
This is Slack and Crack and Robert. Check out the indies. Like I always say, check out PWG, Chikara Pro, YouTube, TJ Perkins. If you don't know him, you're going to love it. All right, see y'all next time.
Follow the buzzards.
Let's not.